Last night, a pitcher's duel stole the show. That is until a 3-run shot in the 9th inning by A.J. Pierzynski got the biggest ovation of the evening, securing a 4-3 win for the good guys. And today, Manny Ramirez takes center stage, hoping to help his new team complete an Indian sweep in his White Sox debut. It's Manny and the Sox coming up next. We are coming to you from Progressive Field in Cleveland, Ohio, where this morning Comcast Sportsnet presents White Sox baseball. It's Paul Konerko, Alex Rios, Omar Vizquel, and the Sox as they get set to butt heads with Manny Acta's Cleveland Indians. Hi, everybody, and welcome. With Steve Stone, I'm Ken Harrelson as we get set to bring you the finale of this 3-game set. As you know, the Sox have taken the first 2. They won the opener 10-6 in 11 innings. Then last night, Edwin Jackson was just superb once again. He is 3-0 now. Sox won it 4-3, that big 3-run homer by A.J. So the Sox, well, Manny Ramirez is in the lineup today, but they're trying to continue on with Freddie Garcia.
It's big game Freddie, and last time out was about as big as you could get, and he shut down the Yankees, going 7 innings, keeping Ozzie out of the bullpen, and generally doing a terrific job. Trying to win his 12th of the year today. He's got a pretty good chance of doing it against a decimated Indian lineup. On the other side of the field, Carlos Carrasco goes to the mound for his first start this year in the major leagues. Carrasco was 10-6 at AAA in Columbus. He is one of the remnants of the Cliff Lee deal coming over from the Philadelphia Phillies. So we'll have to see if the youngster can get the ball over the plate with all that adrenaline flowing. He did in AAA. Doesn't mean anything about coming here. Let's sweep him today.
All right, sit back, relax, and strap it down. White Sox baseball coming your way.
All-State. So far, the road trip has started out beautifully for the Sox, and let's take a look at how Ozzie is going to line them up. Red Hot Juan Pierre leading off, then Omar Vizquel, Alex Rios, Paul Konerko, Manny Ramirez in the DH spot. Then it's Kean, Jones, Castro, and Alexi Ramirez playing shortstop in inning 9. The defense behind Carrasco. Duncan, Brantley, and Chu. In the infield, Nix, Cabrera, Donald, and Brown. Jimenez behind the plate. And the Toyota starting pitcher is Carlos Carrasco. He's one of the guys, one of the 4 they got back in the Cliff Lee deal with Philadelphia. A warm day, 88 degrees, only 41% humidity. That's good, but the wind very much a factor out of the southwest, 10 to 18 miles an hour. It will be sunny, and it already is hot. Tim Welke behind the plate. Jim Reynolds is at first. Bill Welke is at second, and Mike DeMuro will man the duties at third base. So Carrasco was 10-6 in AAA at Columbus, and especially the last few starts was dominating. We'll see if he can do it in the major leagues. He had a brief opportunity last year. 5 starts, 0-4, ERA 8.87. So he's only 23 out of Venezuela, and certainly the Indians would like to see him win a spot in the rotation. So on a gorgeous day, in a beautiful ballpark that very few people are going to see today, I'll turn it over to my play-by-play partner, Hawk Harrelson.
All right, Stone Pony, thank you. And once again, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to White Sox baseball right here on Comcast Sportsnet. So happy you could join us for the 3rd of this 3-game set and the 3rd of this 11-day, 10-game road trip. We'll have 3 here, finish it off today, and then go to Boston. Off day tomorrow, then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, 3 against the Carmines. And then from there on to Konerko Park to take on the Tigers in a 4-game series. But before we show you our picks to click you at home, select yours as Juan Pierre gets set to lead it off. Juan comes in hitting at .284 with a homer. He's driven in 36. 3 for 8 in this series. And none of our hitters have ever seen Carrasco before.
No, but they'll see a 4-pitch pitcher, a guy that has a pretty good fastball if he trusts it, because it can be up there 94 or 5.
And there's first pitch strike at 93.
He does have a curve and a slider and a change. And I am sure, like most pitching coaches, the Indians would like to see him established too early and not go through his entire repertoire.
1-1 the count in here at Progressive Field. 325 down the lines. 370 in left center, 375 in right center, and 400 straightaway center. There's a chopper, 1 hopper. Right to Jordan Brown. And that's out number 1.
Jordan Brown getting his opportunity. Just going back to the major leagues as the rosters expand. He doesn't really have one position. What he has done is hit at every level of the minor leagues. They got to find a place for him to play. He won't be first base here because that's going to be Matt Laporta when he gets healthy and ready to go.
Here's Omar hitting at .285. A homer. He's driven in 26. Takes that pitch down low. Omar 2 for 10 in the series. Sox come in hitting at .271 as a club with a 4.00 ERA. Sox 34 and 33 on the road this year. And this is the 15th meeting of the season between these two clubs. In the first 14, Sox have won 6.
In the last 2 nights, victories ensuing, but not without some drama late in both of them.
There's a strike. And a count 2-1.
Here's a look at Bobby, who's had one very bad game here, and last night with 1 out to go, he gave up a hit, but he got the 1 out.
And picked up his 25th save. That's out of play.
Could turn out to be a souvenir for each and every fan here today.
It's according to how many at-bats Juan Pierre gets.
That's true. He can wear you out in those left field stands.
Here's the 2-2 pitch. That ball's hit hard. But foul. So Carrasco out of Barquisimeto, Venezuela. They got my money in Barquisimeto.
I was going to say, I know that you played there, so is it a good place to play?
No. Caracas was. I played in Venezuela 3 years. He hung on to it, and that's out number 2.
It looked like a straight change, and when you haven't seen the straight change, you can look at all the tape you want. But if you haven't seen it, you just don't really understand the break and the velocity. This ball just dives out of sight.
So here's Rios. Alex hitting at 294, 19 homers, 78 driven in. First pitch strike. Alex 5 for 9 in the series with a homer and 4 RBIs. That ball hit hard. Stretch. Get on up. Get on up. It will. You can. Put it on the board. Yes. Yes. Just a line shot out of here. And the Sox lead it 1-0.
It's always pretty difficult to hit a home run, even if you're thinking about swinging hard enough to hit a home run. But Alex had even a little more going against him because he's my pick to clip. So this Ford home run replay is close to miraculous as Rios takes him out of the ballpark. We got a 1-0 lead.
And that'll bring up Paulie. Paulie on a 12-game hitting streak, hitting at 320, 32 homers and 95 driven in. Takes first pitch strike from the 6'3", 220-pound right-hander.
What a year Alex Rios has had. Not only swinging the bat and stealing bases, he's played a great center field, alley to alley, all year long.
It was a big play he made last night.
It started off the ball game. When it left the bat, I didn't think that anybody had a shot at it. But that wasn't the case, as actually Rios got there in time and made it look relatively easy, and that wasn't an easy play.
I mean, 1 in the 9th inning.
That was a phenomenal play.
Yeah. That hangs inside, so the count evens at 1.
The play we were talking about last night with Rios is 2 runs were going to score to make it a 1-run game. And a sinking line drive, Alex came on, eventually knowing that he couldn't possibly make the catch. And then being able to bat down a short hop that came with a lot of overspin. He kept it in front of him and made sure that the tying run didn't get to scoring position.
That's the whole key. He kept it where he could recover, as that's off the plate. And the count 3-1 with Manny Ramirez on deck. Yeah, when you're trying to knock something down like that, a lot of times you can knock it away from you, and that guy's going to take the extra base. And if he had it, then it would have been a tie ball game.
If that ball gets by him, that's a triple.
And that ball hit foul.
We'll take another look at it. Right now, Alex realizes he's not going to catch it, and then somehow able to put the glove up on the high hop, keep it in front of him, and made sure that in that case, Jason Donald did not go to second base.
So 2 out, and the payoff pitch. Got him, but the home run by Alex Rios is 20th of the year. After half inning of play, it's our Sox 1 and the Indians coming to bat.
Brantley, Cabrera, and Chu. Then Hafner, the DH, Nix, Brown, Duncan, Donald, and Chris Jimenez catching and hitting 9. The defense behind Freddie. Pierre, Rios, and Jones left to right. Tian. Now we have to put A. Ramirez. Now that there's 2. Vizquel and Konerko. Castro behind the plate. Co, the starting pitcher. Freddie Garcia on for his 25th time. Just a magnificent year. You can forget about the ERA.
And Michael Brantley takes ball 1. He comes in hitting at .215, 3 homers, 18 driven in. There's a strike. He's 2 for 10 in the series. He's 23 years old. He's a good-looking talent. Breaking ball. And the count 1-2.
I think if they give Brantley a shot, he's got a chance to be pretty good. But Sizemore is going to play center field, and that's where Brantley plays, so they'll have to shift him to a corner.
Out in front. Indians come in hitting at .248 as a club with a 4.53 ERA. They are 29 and 38 here at Progressive Field. He gone. 1 out.
When you can change up off your changeup and then throw a curveball that has a little something off, going to mystify a lot of hitters. They're going to go down just like Brantley did.
So here's the switch hitting shortstop. As Dribble Cabrera hitting at .273. 3 homers. He's driven in 21. Off the end of the bat. Alexei. And that's out number 2. And that'll bring up Chu. Jin-Soo Chu.
Facing Chu with nobody on is a luxury.
He is 2 for 9 in the series, hitting at .291, 15 homers, and 63 driven in. Takes first pitch strike. And the count 0-2.
With the flags blowing toward right center field, look to be that's the power alley here. But the difference is that this ballpark is actually below street level, so the wind doesn't have near the effect that it would normally have. You have to walk down a few levels from street level.
Back through the middle into center field. So good speed aboard. He's 15 for 20 in stolen bases.
Freddie's follow through takes him off the mound, and he just couldn't react. This ball is actually hit to his glove side, something that you would hope a pitcher could defend, but this ball was hit like a rocket and right by him before he could react.
Here's a man who's worn Freddie out. Travis Hafner hitting at .279, 10 homers. He's driven in 40. He's 15 for 31 lifetime against Freddie, with 4 homers. One nothing Sox. If you're just tuning in, home run by Alex Rios, his 20th of the year. There goes the runner, and there's the throw, not in time.
That one is on Freddie, not on Castro. Take another look at it. Freddie does not use the slide step, and because of that, even with a pretty good throw, they don't get him.
There's the strike. Hafner 4 for 8 in the series.
You said it from the beginning. You said that, judging by the way he was swinging the bat, you feel that he's almost all the way back. What for you was a tip-off that, besides just hitting a ball hard?
The fluidity. He has better range of motion in his swing. When he hurt his shoulder, he was really restricted. It's not unlike Morneau last year when he had the back problem. His swing was different. And Justin, to me, still is not, even though he's got the big numbers and everything else, and swinging the bat great this year, he's still not quite back to where he was. But Hafner had just a very fluid, short, powerful, with that ball poked into left field. Juana's there. He'll make the catch, and that'll retire the side. Nothing across after one. It is 1-0. Good guys.
Final at bat as an Indian. He sets the 0-1 pitch. Manny drives one to deep center field. Cruz Jr. on the run, looking up. It's gone. Hopefully, it's not his last as a Cleveland Indian.
Well, the fact was that it was his last at bat as a Cleveland Indian, as he departed after that year. And now he's in White Sox colors.
Manny will lead it off here in the top of the second. He was hitting .311, 8 homers, and 40 RBIs with the Dodgers. There's Manny, a .313 lifetime hitter with 554 home runs. And Carlos Carrasco's first pitch taken for a strike.
But when properly motivated, Manny Ramirez is as devastating as just about anybody around. And you'd have to think, playing for a contract or someplace to land after this season, we're going to see a good month out of him.
Outfield straight up. Time is called. And the 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball, the curve strike.
It's the first time that Carrasco has thrown that curveball, and so if you haven't seen it, most likely it's going to freeze you as it did to Manny.
Seeing the fastball and the curve. There's some really interesting stories from former teammates of Manny's that talk about him and just his thought process at the plate. Good eye. He's one of those guys like Mauer. If you pitch him in a conventional way, conventional fashion, he's going to beat your brains in. One of the smartest hitters, certainly in the last 50 years in this game. Breaking ball, just got a piece of it.
But then Carrasco got a little lucky. He hung that one. And look at the numbers. Just a huge career. 12-time All-Star, 2004 World Series MVP, 165 driven in 1999. Most since 1938. There is no doubt. His skill set, one of the best in a long, long time.
Going inside. And he chops it foul.
Jeff Cox, for early in the morning, made a tremendous play. But I know one thing, he's enthusiastic.
The ball and 2 strikes to Ramirez here in the top of the second. Down ball, breaking pitch. Cabrera's got it. And that's out number 1. And right now, let's check out our picks to click. And you at home can play. All you got to do is turn into the Felco pregame live each game to see Ozzy's lineup. Make your selection and click on. And White Sox fans watching today have voted for Manny. Jim Angio, our director and the crew, are taking Castro. Stone Pony's going with Alex Rios. And the Magnificent Seven, that's Mike Spadali. Pete Catazone, Mike Mazza. The Bertucci boys, Tom Sheridan, Kenny Wiz, Joe Farnsworth. We're going to go with Andrew Jones. Here's Mark Tien. Had a big hit yesterday. Drove in our first run. Tien comes in hitting at 270. 4 homers. He's driven in 22. Pulled a strike on him right there. And the count 1-1. Out and around it, hooks it foul.
Back in 2006, Carlos Carrasco had a great year. Granted, it was in minor leagues, but still very impressive. 12-6 ERA, 2.26. And that's when he was absolutely an untouchable in the Philadelphia organization. But he has seemed to regress a bit the last couple of years, and the Indians are hoping that the maturation process will match the physical prowess, and he will become a starting pitcher.
Off the end of the bat. And that's out number 2.
There you look at last year. Not real good.
So here's Andrew hitting at 214, 18 homers, 42 knocked in. Outfield not moving around a lot for our guys. They will for Juan Pierre and Omar. As there's first pitch strike.
You can pretty much tell how much an outfielder moves around by centering in this case, in center field, Michael Brantley, because the grass is burned out in a circle around him. Everything else is beautifully green.
Breaking ball, big swing, and the count 0-2.
And you see that little brownish area. That's where most everybody plays all of the teams that come in.
And that's chopped foul. And a reminder, you can organize a group outing of 20 or more guests during the 2010 season. Purchase a block of tickets or enhance your outing with one of 6 great party areas. The more tickets you order, the more money you save. So call 312-674-1000 or visit whitesox.com. Breaking ball hangs high.
Up to deliver his 32nd pitch. Not a particularly high total, pending the outcome of this inning. Got 2 quick outs.
Stay right there. Carrasco, bare hands, guns. Oh, no, he beats it. Looked like he started to come up with the right hand.
Most pitchers would not make this play or make an attempt at it because Andrew still runs fairly well. And a bare hand pickup. Carrasco makes it close. Called by Jim Reynolds. It's a bang-bang play. And it appears the first bang went to Andrew. Well, up here in real life, you can't really tell.
So here's Ramon Castro hitting at .322, 7 homers. He's driven in 18. Pretty good lead by Andrew. That's outside. He is 9 for 11 in stolen bases.
And because the advanced scouts, even though he hasn't been in the major leagues this year, the advanced scouts will write all the times on Carrasco from the time that he sets to the time ball leaves his hand, gets to the catcher. 1.3 is major league average, and he's a bit above that.
Ball hit hard. Nix comes up with it, makes the play, and that'll do it. After an inning and a half, it is still 1-0 White Sox.
Poll question: which of these high-profile acquisitions were you most excited to see put in a White Sox uniform? A. Jim Thome, B. Jake Peavy, C. Manny Ramirez, and D. Ken Griffey Jr. Text A, B, C, or D to 53695. Stick around for the U.S. Cellular White Sox postgame live for the final results, or visit csnchicago.com.
Jason Nix will lead it off for the Tribe here in the bottom of the second. Sox on top 1-0. That first inning homer by Alex Rios. So here's Nix hitting at .243, 12 homers. He's driven in 28. Takes a breaking ball, and the count 1-0. Nix 2 for 8 in the series with a long 2-run homer. Fastball strike. Bit of a gap out there in right center. Tee him back and well off the line at third. That curveball hangs high.
Well, you don't know when you're going to get the opportunity if you're not a superstar, and Jason Nix now has that opportunity to establish himself at third base. Manny Actor has been holding open auditions for that spot, and is thinking Nix could stick.
Didn't want to do that.
That's stuck him. Taking another look at it.
So the third hit batsman this year by Freddie. And that'll bring up Jordan Brown, who was hitting .298, 8 homers, 67 driven in down in Columbus in 83 games.
Well, this guy can hit. The only question is, and has been with him, is just exactly where you're going to play him.
Takes first pitch strike on the outside half. 3 beautiful days here in Cleveland.
It's going to get cold, but not while we're in town.
And the count 0-2.
When you're coming to a place for the last time, you certainly can't afford any rainouts. Because if you do, and it's the last game of the series, you're going to have to, if it matters, come back and replay that game on an off day or when the season ends.
That ball into left field. Juan, he's there, makes the catch in fair ground. Gets it back in. Got a shot at first base.
It hit him. It hit Nix. He got lucky, and Paulie then got hit on the carom, I believe. Well, Jason Nix took off thinking this ball was going to fall. It doesn't, and Juan gets it back in quickly enough where they've got a shot. But the ball hit right off Nix, and then I believe off Paulie.
So a nice play by Juan Pierre. And that'll bring up Duncan. Jelly Duncan hitting at .237, 8 homers. He's driven in 26. Jason Nix just 1 for 1 in stolen bases. Breaking ball 0 and away, 1-0 the count to the 30-year-old outfielder. Way out in front. And you can enjoy post-game fireworks presented by Connie's Pizza. That's Friday, September 10th, Sox versus the Royals. So for tickets, call 866-SOX-GAME or visit whitesox.com. Talking about this beautiful weather here, we're going to have an off day tomorrow in Boston, and then Friday morning around 7 o'clock they tell me that that hurricane is supposed to hit Boston.
Well, if it does have to hit Boston, hit him early and play the game later.
Oh, hit hard. Nice pick by Tien. Wow, what a nice play by Mark Tien as they turn it over. Beautiful pick, and that'll retire the side. We'll go to the third. It's 1-0 good guys.
Replay, and it turns into a 5-4-3 double play, courtesy of Mark Tien. One-hop rocket gets a very solid throw, and Omar just turns it easily. And Freddie and the Sox out of the inning.
Here's Alexi. He will lead it off here in our top of the third inning. Alexi comes in hitting at .285, 15 homers, 55 driven in. Blowing away ball one. That home run by Rios in the first is 20th, and of course with that home run the Alex Nelius family will donate $100 to White Sox charities for every Sox home hit throughout the course of the season. That is number 153. So that means $15,300 donated by Alex Nelius in loving memory of Ursula. The 2-0 pitch. Grabs the strike. And the 2-1. Into right field. Wrong man. 1 out. So that'll bring up Juan Pierre, who grounded out to Jordan Brown at first base.
And these games are huge for the Sox. As far as the Indians are concerned, they're looking and auditioning for what's going to happen next year. And Carrasco probably will fit in their plans.
That pitch inside. Well, there's counting this one as 30 games left.
And that's what it looks like, because the Twins came back from a 3-0 deficit to win that game against Detroit.
There's a chopper, 2-hopper, and quickly 2 gone. So with 2 outs, that'll bring up Omar. Omar struck out on a good changeup this first trip. That pitch way outside, and count 1-1. 1-2-0 for us. 1-0 for them. Flips that one, is going foul and not playable.
We showed you a graphic that makes the contributions of Esquel even more miraculous, as he's gotten a chance to play just about every day at 43 years old. But he's actually getting better, as a .331 batting average would attest to over the course of about 5 weeks.
And there's a chopper 2-hopper and a very quick 1-2-3 inning for Carrasco. We'll go to the bottom of the third, still leading 1-0.
Who was the last White Sox pitcher to make 80 or more appearances in a single season? You think about that one for a bit. We'll get back to you later in the game.
Jason Donald, Chris Jimenez, and Michael Brantley here in the bottom of the third inning as there is a breaking ball down low.
Most uncharacteristic of Freddie. He's fallen behind, missing with a curveball on the first pitch.
And the count 2-0.
Normally Garcia will take a little something off here, hoping he's get the hitter out front. Way out of the zone.
Come back and get him. No walks.
Last time out against the Yankees, Freddie was everything you'd wanted and more.
There's one. And the dreaded leadoff walk.
Jimenez doesn't run particularly well, hasn't hit well. He's the backup catcher to Lou Marson now that Carlos Santana, their talented youngster, is lost for the year. Maniac might be thinking about a bunt here.
There goes the runner. Big jump into center field.
And Donald doesn't locate where the ball was, or he'd be standing at third. But actually, once you're easily safe at second base, it should be job one. Pick up the baseball. Tremendous jump against Freddie. No chance at all for Castro.
So now Jimenez has a job to do. And there's the strike. 0-2. That won't get it done. And that's out number one. Nice pitch right there. Had him way off balance.
Next door to us, it's a pleasure to see Mike Keegan back. Longtime broadcaster, the partner of Tom Hamilton, is one of the really good broadcasters around. But Mike's father, Jim, was a great catcher for the Cleveland Indians for a lot of years. Mike could really play first base, and after being a bit under the weather, he's back now. He's not going to travel as much as he did, but told me before the game he was feeling pretty good, and we're happy to see him.
Good man.
Yes, sir.
So here's Brantley. Struck out, called out his first trip. Alexei's got him, and that's out number two. That'll bring it past Drupal Cabrera. He grounded out to his counterpart, Alexei. Donald at third with 2 down. And there's a base hit. So it is tied at 1. 2-out single by Cabrera. The leadoff walk comes around to score.
Our man number 22 for Asdrubal Cabrera, who's fought his way back from a broken wrist. Gets that ball out away from him and hooks it into right field.
Here's Chu. Tags it up, takes ball one. He singled right back through the middle and then promptly stole the base in the first inning.
Cabrera doesn't run often. When he doesn't run well. 4 of 8. And a 500 base stealer is not a good one. But that being said, Freddie is still very slow to home plate. And even with Chu up, Manny Ramirez might be in a gambling mood.
There he goes. One and one to count. Another good lead. A 1-1 tie. Totals on the board identical at 1-2-0. And that's into center field, right at Alex. Makes the catch, but the leadoff walk comes around across home plate, and we'll go to the fourth, tied at 1.
The fourth meal from Taco Bell. Open 1 a.m. or later.
It'll be Rios, Konerko, and Manny Ramirez here in the top of the fourth inning in this 1-1 tie.
This should be a tough inning for Carrasco because he's got to face the heart of the order. 3 very good right-hand hitters. And they've already had one look at him to get a pretty good idea about what he's throwing.
Alex had a real good look at him. Cranked out his 20th homer, a line shot. That exit way up there in left center. And if you missed it, poof.
Fastball right down the middle. 20 and 79 on the power numbers.
Breaking ball. Checks it up, takes a strike. Fox with 153 home runs. Checks it up. The breaking ball lowered away. Indians have 105. Nix. And that's out number one.
That's a good play by Nix because it took a high hop at the end. He stayed right in front of it and made the play.
Well, he's learning how to keep his behind down. If you keep your behind down, you got a chance. You cannot play a stand-up third base in the major leagues. That ball will just eat you alive with a topspin. So here's Konerko. Probably struck out his first trip. Takes a breaking ball strike. And that's off the plate.
Here's that Carrasco, like most of the young pitchers especially, has two different types of fastballs. The four-seamer, which rides, the two-seamer, which sinks.
Two and one. Pull the string on him right there. Nice motion with that changeup.
Terrific changeup. Because it's 86, you can't double clutch on it. Looked just like a fastball, only it never got there.
And the 2-2 pitch. That breaking ball hit high into right field. Chu making the call. Has the ball for out number two, and that'll bring up Manny.
One of the reasons why you need your changeup probably within 8 or 9 miles an hour of your fastball is that if you throw it any slower, the hitter can still move out on the front foot, keep his hands back, and get a good pass at it. But if it's close enough in the 8 to 9 mile an hour range, hitter cannot react to it after once committing himself.
I think I told you Tom Seaver and Jerry Kuzman did a study on that one year, and they found out that just what you're talking about, the hitter could not do it. Perfect speed was 11 miles an hour off your fastball.
You can command it, same release points as a fastball, and make it look like a fastball. It's devastating.
Manny, who grounded out to short, big swing, fouls it away. Yeah, they studied it. Actually, they didn't do it for the whole year. They did it for half a year.
That's certainly a good enough sampling.
Yeah. One. And there's a foul ball right side. And a reminder that every White Sox Friday home game is United Flyaway Friday. Each Friday home game, one lucky fan will have a chance to win 2 free round-trip tickets to anywhere in the continental United States that United Airlines flies. United, proud to fly the Chicago White Sox. Oh, and 2 the count to Ramirez. I mentioned he was hitting .311, 8 homers, 40 runs knocked in 66 games with the Dodgers. He knew it. And that's a 1-2-3 inning for Carrasco. He's retired 7 in a row, and we are still tied at 1.
Trivia question, and earlier we asked you who was the last White Sox pitcher to make 80 or more appearances in a season. And the answer, Kelly Wunsch, a very busy man with 83 games in the year 2000. That's a lot of appearances.
Travis Hafner will lead it off here in the Indian half of the fourth inning. He'll be followed by Jason Nix and then Jordan Brown. Game tied at 1. Each team 1 run on 2 hits. Takes a breaking ball strike. .33-year-old veteran. Poked one out to left field that Juan Pierre made the play on. One and one the count. Later on tonight, Twins will be taking on the Tigers at Target Field. Dave mentioned they came back from a 3-0 deficit last evening to beat Detroit. As that's downstairs.
Max Scherzer will go to the mound for Detroit, throwing the ball pretty well since coming back from the minor leagues. And Francisco Liriano. Pretty good matchup in Minneapolis.
And the count moves to 3-1. Just joining us, Freddie walked Jason Donald last inning to lead it off. He stole second, came around to score the tying run. So no more leadoff walks. And that's into center field. One down. Pitching matchups. We have an off day tomorrow. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. That 3-game series against the Red Sox. On Friday, Johnny Danks against Clay Buchholz.
That's a good one.
And that game will be over WCIU, Channel 26. On Saturday, Gavin Floyd against John Lackey. And that game right back here on Comcast Sportsnet. And on Sunday in the finale, Mark Burley against Josh Beckett. And that game also on Comcast Sportsnet.
But we're not going to miss not seeing Lester. However, the 3 guys that are running out there against us are just about as good as anybody.
That's cute. Freddie can't get it, and that's going to be a base hit. So the little soft squib infield single.
Not much you can do about this because Freddie's not going to be able to get to it. He makes an attempt but realizes that this ball's by him. Then you can't cover first because Paulie's there anyway, and no chance at all for Vizquel. So it's the equivalent of throwing a butt out at the plate.
So here's Brown. Hit a fly ball right down the left field line that Juan made a nice catch on. Pretty good lead by Nix. Now checks it up and takes strike 1. A bigger lead now by Jason. There he goes. Pitch out. He gone. Now safe.
And I think that Ramirez got spiked. So normally when an umpire calls you out only to see the ball dropped, many times they charge you with E6. We'll have to see how this works out. The main thing is we can't lose Alexia for any length of time. They guess right. The throw is right there. and then the ball trickles out. So Bill Welke originally called him out. Throw is perfect. Here's another look from this angle. He's got the throw. It's there. Could very well be that his glove got caught up in his left spike.
So Herm doing some
goes caught stealing E6.
tough error right there. But that's the way the rule reads. And the count 2-1 to Brown. There's a strike on the corner. 2-2. And Omar holding his ground at second. Alexei holding his ground at short. Nobody even making a token gesture.
No, Nix could take as much as he wanted. And the fact is that he's not even getting a great secondary lead, which is surprising.
So Freddie's going to have to get the job done by just giving him a couple of looks. Maybe three. That's high and wide and a full count. Another action around American League tonight. Boston at Baltimore. Texas at Kansas City. Oakland at New York. Angels taking on the Mariners at Safeco, and Toronto down in St. Pete against the Rays. And there's a base hit. Nix is being waved around. Here's a throw to the plate that misses, and it gets by everybody. So Brown's going to go into second base, and the Indians take a 2-1 lead.
Well, we've talked about this ad nauseum, and that is a pitcher not knowing where to be to back up a throw. Freddie Garcia was as close to Ramon Castro as you could be, which means you've got no chance if the ball gets by. This throw is not awful, but Freddie is standing right behind Castro. You got no chance to catch his ball. Now you're going to give up the run anyway, but you let the trailer move in a scoring position. Base hit E9.
And that'll bring up Duncan. Pitch ball extremely hard down to 10. A tough hop. He made the play, and they turn it into a 5-4-3 double play. So the unearned run has given the Indians the lead. That's a fair ball. And that's out number 2. And a reminder, you can join the White Sox for Back to School Day presented by the Beatles Rock Band at US Cellular Field. Enjoy gate performances and game features, kids activities, and much, much more. Additionally, the first 10,000 children 13 and under will receive a free Back to School t-shirt. So for tickets, call 866-SOX-GAME or visit whitesox.com. Here's Donald. He walked last inning leading off. Picked up his 4th stolen base and came around to score on a 2-out single by Cabrera.
Donald last night was held in check for 3 at-bats. When he came up in the 9th with runners in scoring position, he hit a rocket to center field, driving in 2, making that game a whole lot closer than we would have liked.
Change up, couldn't get it.
1-1 to count. And that's up high. If you're just tuning in, Manny is in the lineup. He is 0 for 2 today. He grounded to short, leading off the second. Top half of this inning with 2 out. He struck out, called out on a curveball. Two and 2 the count.
That was a high change that Freddie used. He had Donald out in front of it, even though the location wasn't good. The velocity was. This is at 80 miles an hour. Ramon wants it low and away. Freddie gets it up and out over the plate, and fortunately, Donald fouls it up.
Backs it up with a fastball. Jimenez on deck. Really on deck. And the 2-2. He gone, but they pick up an unearned run, and we'll go to the fifth, trailing 2-1. Way to 53695, and if you're the 500th texter, you could win $5 footlong subs from Subway.
It's the bottom part of the order due up against Carrasco. He holds a 1-run lead. Throwing the ball pretty well to this point. Made one mistake to Rios, really paid for it, but 2 hits overall. Not bad for getting his first Major League start this year. He had 5 of them last year.
It'll be Tien, Jones, Castro. 6th, 7th, and 8th place hitters. Mark grounded out to short. Takes first pitch strike, says Tim Wilkie. 2-4-0 for their guys. 1-2-2 for our guys. And that's outside. 2 balls and a strike. Outfield, with the exception of Chu, pretty stationary. Chu will move around. And another blueprint of his first at bat. 1 down.
Konerko to this point is doing a good job, and he's probably not shaking off Jimenez, who has much more experience, but not all that much experience behind the plate. He's changing speeds on his breaking ball, as well as throwing different speeds of fastball, and so far that's mystified the Sox hitters for the most part.
Here's Andrew Jones at an infield single. Right on the outside corner. Yeah, he's just working both sides of the plate. That's what it's all about, throwing strikes and changing speeds.
That was a changeup. It was 84 miles an hour in the perfect spot.
Back set up with a fastball. 1-1 to count. And there's a base hit. So the Magnificent Seven, their pitch to click is 2 for 2. Get a good lead. Pick up your 10th steal, Andrew. As here is Castro. Castro for 1, hit the ball hard down 2. Jason Nix at third base, who threw him out. Lays off that curveball.
It's not a bad time to run because Jimenez, who doesn't catch all that often, doesn't have as quick a delivery as Lou Marson, who's become their #1 catcher in the absence of Carlos Santana.
Andrew's got a good lead. And he takes strike 1. So a ball is striking out here in the top of the 5th. Watch out.
Almost threw that ball away, but for the Brown pick at first base. Konerko steered that one right into the ground.
Another pretty good lead right there by Andrew. And he is back safely. Andrew usually, when he's going to steal a base, gets a short lead.
He probably wanted to test out Konerko and which was his best move.
Made a nice pitch on him. And now Castro is down in the count, a ball and 2 strikes.
It was either his slider or his cutter. Slider has a little more depth to it. The cutter is a little quicker pitch. They both, when thrown right, will move away from the right-hand hitter.
And he backs it up with a fastball. He makes some good pitches on him right there. That's where you just got to tip your cap. 2 down.
When you're throwing sliders over the outside corner and then you just dot the spot with that fastball low and away, how many guys are going to hit that? No, not that sequence anyway.
So here's Alexei. He went out to right field. Oh, that is just in that bat right there where you just got beat. And that has popped up. So the 1-out single by Andrew Jones goes for naught. And we are halfway home. We trail it 2-1.
Tony Pena. And if we get some sort of an update on Freddie Garcia, who went 4 innings with a couple of runs, 1 earned on 4 hits, we'll let you know. And Tony Pena on for the 45th time. A winning record at 3-2. The ERA a lot higher than he would like. Left-handers have not done much with him. Right-handers have worn him out. But we'll see how that plays out today, because with a 4-game lead in Minnesota, playing pretty good baseball, you can ill afford to lose this one to the Indians.
Chris Jimenez will lead it off here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Takes that pitch low and away. Jimenez 0 for 1, grounded out to Alexei. That is not good news to see Freddie Garcia out of there after 4 at all. Outfield around to the right. Big gap out there in left center. And the 1-1 pitch. Had him off balance out in front.
This ballpark was a scene of one of Tony Pena's better outings in relief of Mark Burley, who was given the boot. He left early. Pena came on, became a game saver. Gave us, I believe, like 4 2/3 real strong innings.
And there's a base hit. Got the off-speed pitch up out over the plate. A mistake. And the leadoff double.
After coming in from the 4th inning, Freddie Garcia went right to talk with Herm Schneider. He's telling him exactly how he feels and what's wrong. Then he goes and tells Ozzie that he can't go out. And for Freddie to say that, that's saying something. So we'll find out just exactly what's wrong. In the meantime, we've got some problems here leading off the 5th.
Here's Michael Brantley. He's 0 for 2. A strikeout and a ground out to short. Corners in close. There's a bunt. And that's going to be a hit.
Pena started to slip off the mound and continued the slippage until he got to the baseball. He would have had to play at first base. It's a good bunt, maybe a little too hard. But from this angle, take a look at Tony. He comes off, just loses his balance, continues off balance to the ball, and runners at the corners, nobody out. It has to go as a base hit. But right there, a couple of awkward steps and a big jam in the 5th.
So here's Cabrera. He knocked in the tying run back in the 3rd inning with a 2-out single. Trouble brewing right here, big time for our Sox. Chops that one down foul. Well, the hanger right there, he's threw it to Jimenez. Starts the double off, and then the loss of balance. Attempting to field a bunt. Big time problems. That pitch is down.
Cabrera's grounded into 7 double plays this year, and somewhat amazingly, 5 of the 7 have come from the left side, where he should be at least a step and a half quicker to first.
Off speed out in front. A ball and 2 strikes. The 24-year-old switch hitting shortstop now has 22 RBIs, and he is 2 for 12 in this series. A slow low, a hard high. Hard inside. 2-2.
Brantley had a bad ankle. It's good enough for him to play, but the fact that he has not been all that aggressive on the base path to this point could be he's not feeling 100%, although he stole the bag last night.
And a full count. Mentioned earlier, counting this one, 30 games remaining. Each one of them is huge. Payoff. Just got a piece of it. A reminder, you can visit the official online shop of the White Sox. You can browse the largest selection of official gear, including the latest apparel, nostalgic memorabilia, and authentic classics for the whole family. So get your gear from the official source. Shop at whitesox.com.
Cabrera's only walked 21 times. That and this is his 72nd game, so you got to pretty much try to walk him. Tony's got to throw a ground ball here if he can.
Once again, payoff. There it is. And rack him up. Run scores. And it's a 3-1. Cleveland lead.
The 8th double play grounded into. And it's relatively easy.
Second double play turn by the Sox. Turn one back in the second inning, and with 2 out, nobody on, that'll bring up Chu with a single and flied to center. Tries to bunt it as Tien was way back.
Chu had a good idea. Just bad execution. Because if he puts that ball anywhere on the grass, it's going to be a base hit.
Checks it up. And the count evens at 1. And there's another double. That's his 26th.
In this series, whenever we've thrown Chu high fastballs, he hasn't done anything with them. But when you throw the ball thigh high or lower, he does a lot with it. And that slider, moving low and in, is rifled into the corner in right field.
That'll bring up Hafner, who's gone out to left, and he has gone out to center. And they're going to walk him to get to Jason Nix. Hafner in the series, 4 for 10. In the opener, he had 3 doubles. Sox won that game, if you did not see it, 10-6 in 11 innings. And last night, Edwin Jackson was just superb. He was hitting 99 in the 8th inning.
He threw close to 130 pitches.
As he picked up his 3rd victory against no defeats. He could be 5-0 in his 5 starts.
Lazzi last night walked Hafner intentionally in the 6th inning to put 2 on and allow Jason Nix to do some damage if he could. He couldn't. Out of the inning with no run scored. Same scenario.
Nix was hit by a pitch leading off the 2nd. Then he singled and scored last inning. Had an infield single, a little squibber right off the bat, right off the end of the bat. Just out of the reach of Freddie Garcia.
Tina's very deep at third and fairly close to the line, anticipating that Nix is going to try to pull just about everything.
And Nix has got the catbird seat 2-0 with Brown on deck. Two on, two out. And the 2-0 pitch. There's a high chopper. He gets it on the first hop. And the ball gets away. A run's going to score.
Pretty sure that's going to be a base hit. And then we'll have to see who the error is charged to. So far, this performance has not been artistic today. This is the fourth time an Indians hitter has bounced the ball off the plate. That throw in the dirt, it'll probably go E6 along with the base hit. And the run batted in, perhaps. No run batted in, just a straight E6.
So here's Brown. Takes first pitch strike. Two errors last inning, one error this inning. And that's low. A 4-1 Cleveland lead here in the bottom of the fifth. Right to Pauly, fair ball, and that'll end the inning. But 2 runs across the plate, and we will go to the 6th, trailing by 3.
Other than Edwin Jackson. 2 starts, 1.62 ERA. And you can see first Sox pitcher with 10 or more strikeouts in 3 straight starts since Floyd Bannister in 1985. So Edwin's been great. He's been a top performer since he got here.
Top of the order here in the top of the 6th as the Indians lead it 4-1. There's a backdoor curveball. Pierre has grounded to first, and he has grounded to second. Nixon on the grass at third. Outfield swung around to the left. There's a shot, fair ball right down the line.
caroms right over to Chu, so he'll get it back in, but the leadoff double. That's his 16th two-bagger.
Juan just hammers this fastball, takes it down the line. Brown was not told about Juan's proclivity lately to pull the ball. A good start here in the 6th.
And here's Omar. Omar 0 for 2, a strikeout and a grounder to first. Takes the bunt, takes the ball. You got to pick this run up. Alex Rios on deck. Konerko in the hole. There's a bunt. That's a good one. Nick's bare hands. Nice play. Nice throw. So the sacrifice. Bryant Freed with Pierre in the 3rd.
Not only a good sacrifice, but for a big effort on the part of Knicks at third base. This is a base hit. Omar laid it down perfectly.
So here's Rios. He is homered and he is grounded to Knicks.
Bare hand, same motion, gets him easily.
All right, Alex. Right here, buddy. Just don't turn the head of that bat over and knock this man in. Infield back, of course. There's that curveball. Hangs inside. And that's out of play right side. 1-1 to count. A big pitch coming up on the 1-1. 4-8-0 for them. 1-4-3 for us.
Runs batted in from third with less than 2 outs. A stat that everybody covets about themselves. And Alex is right around league average.
There it was. And couldn't do anything with it. So now the advantage, Carrasco. Just joining us, we have not had 2 men on in 1 inning yet.
When Jimenez behind the plate, he's not quite as adept as Lou Marson at blocking low pitches.
That breaking ball high, 2-2. Carrasco's the one in trouble, not Alex. '23-year-old right-hander. That's looped out into short left field. So Cabrera will make the catch. We cannot get him in, and it's left up to Konerko.
And Juan did it just right at third base because he went about a third of the way. You're not going to tag up on that because if he makes a catch, he's going to throw you out. But if he drops it or loses it in the sun, you still want to get far enough where you score the run. Meanwhile, he's anchored at third.
With 2 down. Pauly 0 for 2, a strikeout, and he's going out to right. Manny Ramirez on deck. And he's going to get out of it. So we have a golden opportunity to pick up one. Can't do it. We trail it by 3.
Tomorrow at 7, NIU battles Iowa State. And then Saturday at 11:30, Illinois and Mizzou square off on CSN. And then Northwestern takes on Vanderbilt at 6:30 on CSN+. It all starts tomorrow on Comcast Sportsnet.
There was a scoring change. That E6 by Nix was turned into a base hit. E6.
So here's the lower third of their order. Duncan, Donald, and Jimenez.
It's absolutely essential that Tony Pena hold him right there. 3-run deficit. He got touched up a bit in the 5th. Still haven't got a report on Freddie. He left after 4. When we find out, we'll let you know.
And the count 2-0. Tien with another nice pick. They put it on him, but a nice pick. Nice recognition right there by Mark, and that's out number 1. And prior to the game, from Charlotte, Tyler Flowers, Alejandro Diaza, and from Birmingham, Gregory Infante, relief pitcher, have been added. Here's Donald. He has walked, scored, and struck out. Two and 0 the count. And there's a strike. 2-1. Big swing. 2-2. Just tuning in, Sox took the lead in the first inning with a homer by Alex Rios, and since then it's just been nada. He gone. 2 down. Then the Indians tied it with 1 in the 3rd, added 1 in the 4th, and 2 in the 5th. Off Tony Pena.
Jimenez started with a leadoff double last inning, and that started all of the problems.
Yeah, you got a cookie, a hanger. Banged it down in that left field corner for that double. And a reminder, Wednesday, September 15th, 7:10, Sox against the Twins. Come celebrate Hispanic Heritage Night at U.S. Cellular Field and enjoy post-game fireworks presented by Miller Lite. So for tickets, call 866-SOX-GAME or visit whitesox.com. And we understand that Freddie left because of a stiff lower back. Jimenez can't get that one. And the count 2-1. That ball hammered into center field, but Alex is right there. Alex on the spot. And that'll retire the side of 1-2-3 inning. We'll go to the 7th. We got some work to do. superstar Patrick Kane. That's Kaner to 242-957.
Trevor Crowe checks into the game defensively in left field. So Shelley Duncan is taken down. Crowe, the switch hitter, the guy with very good speed, takes his place.
It'll be Manny Ramirez, Mark Tien, and Andrew Jones leading off here in the top of the 7th inning.
Roscoe just making his 6th Major League start. Other than last year, his first this year. And he's been brilliant through 6.
Well, we have not had 2 men aboard in any inning. Had a great opportunity last inning to pick up one. Had a Juan Pierre led it off with a double, sacrificed to third, but we couldn't get him in. So here's Manny. He is grounded to short, and he has struck out, called out on a curveball. He started walking just about the time that ball went across the plate. Takes a breaking ball strike. Manny, 1,828 RBIs in his brilliant career. That's outside 1-1. Swings at that breaking pitch, fouls it down, so 1-2 to count. And check out his Cleveland, Boston, and Dodger breakdown. He ranks 8th all time in slugging percentage, 9th in OPS, 14th in home runs, and on and on and on. One and two the count. Lays off that one. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Been talking to guys who played with Manny. Had a great conversation here a few years ago, not in Cleveland, in Kansas City, actually, when Sandy and Kenny Lofton were with us at Alomar. We had dinner. We were talking about Manny, and it's almost like they were talking in reverence about just how he could do things. Is that's a little looper, and that's going to fall for a base hit. So the leadoff man aboard.
Well, there's never been any doubt of Manny Ramirez's ability to swing the bat. This time he doesn't get a whole lot into it, but he does get enough of it. And that's a promising way to start the 7th.
So here's Tien. Twice he has been to the plate. Twice he has grounded out to Cabrera at short. They were talking about situations that Manny would come back after his first at bat against somebody, a good pitcher, because Manny's been always a guy who could hit good pitching well. As there's ball 1. I remember Sandy telling a story about, I forget who was pitching. He came back and he said, not next time, but the time after, I'm going to take him right over the center field fence on a slider. And sure enough, his third at bat, there were a couple guys on him. He took him right over the center field fence on a slider.
Well, I have no doubt that he sets up pitchers like some pitchers will set up hitters. See Perez throwing in the pen. He was a losing pitcher in that 11-inning affair.
One and one to count. Well, hitter setting up pitchers is getting to be a lost art. Frank Thomas could do it in recent times as well as anybody. As there's a strike on the outside corner, says Walkie.
Not much reaction from Mark. There should have been. That ball was out of the zone.
First and 30, Mark. We need you. You got to get a couple of base runners. And he slaps that one foul. This Carrasco has really been impressive. If you're just tuning in, he's just 23 years old. And working both sides of the plate and changing speeds on everything he's throwing up there.
Well, Carrasco and Knapp is just coming around now and throwing the ball tremendously well in the low minors. They're really the keys to that deal that sent Cliff Lee to Philadelphia.
Just a normal lead by Manny. And a good eye right there by Tien on the breaking pitch.
Pretty impressive numbers so far.
The 2-2. And this is going to be a double play. Quickly 2 out.
Normally, if you try to pull that ball that's moving away from you, that's what's going to happen. So Romano has joined Perez in the bullpen. What started out as a promising inning. This is 2 outs, nobody on.
And here's Andrew. He's 2 for 2. Nix backs up, plays it nicely. Long peg. So we get the leadoff single, the double play. 7th inning stretch, not good. Bottom of the 7th inning, we trail it 4-1. It'll be the top of the order for the Indians. Brantley, Cabrera, and Chu to face Tony Pena. Pena came on back in the 5th. Freddie Garcia had to leave because of a sore lower back. Pena gave up a couple runs in the 5th, and then a 1-2-3 6th. So Brantley, he's 1 for 3, a bunt single. And that ball into left center field. Alex making the call. He's got the ball. And that's out number 1.
Got to be a sense of comfort if you're going to play one of the corners for the White Sox, because you got a center fielder with long strides, who's very fast and handles it alley to alley. So all you have to do if you're at the corners is back up and watch Alex do what he's done all year.
Here's Cabrera. He's 1 for 3. Had a 2-out RBI single in the 3rd inning. Takes first pitch strike. And once again, a reminder, off day tomorrow. We'll have that off day in Boston. And the count. Good pitch right there, down and in. 0-2. Then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we're going to run Danks, Floyd, and Burley out there. They're going to run Buchholz, Lackey, and Beckett. Friday's game will be over WCIU. Juan Pierre, can of corn. And let's check out the rest of that schedule. There you see we'll finish this 11-day, 10-game road trip off with those 4 from Konerko Park. And then come home. 3 with Kansas City. Have those 3 with Kansas City.
And the big boys come to town.
Then we'll have an off day on the 13th. Then 14th, 15th, and 16th. The Twinkies. Here's Chu. He is 2 for 3. We'll also have, after Minnesota, the Tigers for 3. Then we go on our last road trip of the season. We go 3 to Oakland. 3 at the Big A in Anaheim, and come home 4 with Boston and 3 with Cleveland. There's the strike. And the count 2-1.
In Oakland, despite the fact that they're 8.5 back, they're not going to catch Texas. They're 1 under 500, but they've been very good at home at 38-27.
And there's another base hit for Chu. So he is 3 for 4 today. He already has 1 stolen base. He has 16 now and 21 attempts. And that'll bring up Hafner. Hafner is flying to left, to center, and was intentionally walked. Starts him off with a changeup, and the count 1-0. Right now, the way Hafner's swinging it back, you get the ball out over the plate, and you are in danger. You are in big, big danger. You mentioned yesterday when he was before the injury, the shoulder injury. He also was one of the guys who could take an inside pitch, hit it hard off left-handers and keep it fair. Off right-handers, it would probably most of the time go foul. One and 1 to count. See, Manny active so far is not running Chu because they will put Hafner on. And that's off the end of the bat. Alexei's got him. And that'll do it. We're into the 8th. We need some runs. Chuck. Top of the 8th inning. Castro, Ramirez, Alexei, Ramirez, and then back to the top of the order, Juan Pierre.
Manny Ramirez knows that he better have somebody in the bullpen ready. Carrasco's done a terrific job. One of the few pitchers I've seen that actually takes the last couple of warm-up pitches from the stretch. Most guys don't do that.
And he's got double-barreled activity down in that bullpen. He's had it now for a little bit, as there's first pitch off the plate. Ramona's 0 for 2, a hard grounder to third and a strikeout. And the count 2-0. And a reminder, you can enjoy a day at beautiful US Cellular Field with your family and friends. Individual tickets for the White Sox 2010 season are on sale right now. So for tickets, visit whitesox.com or call 866-SOX-GAME. There's the strike. Take him right back to the middle, Ramon. Get started right here, buddy. Tag 2 underneath it, and the count evens at 2.
I would think, being his first major league start this year, if he gets in any trouble, Manny Ramirez will take him out.
He got a cookie right there and didn't do anything with it into left field. Trevor Crowe makes the play, and that's out number 1.
Sometimes you get away with hanging breaking balls, and that's what that was.
He hadn't hung many today.
Now, he's been very impressive.
We have not had 2 base runners on in the same inning.
When you consider he wasn't the original guy who was going to start this game, they figured out probably 24 hours ago that they'd rather see him up here, give him the opportunity, and move back Tomlin.
Well, it reminds me of that hunter from Texas. His stuff, it is not going to impress you just looking at it, but what is impressive is his pitchability, his mound presence. He's working both sides of the plate, throwing strikes, changing speeds. I mean, what more you want? That ball, Alexei, stretch, get up. It will. It's out of here. You can put it on the board. Yes. Solo shot by Alexei, and it's a 4-2 ball game.
Well, we'll just have to hope that Manny Ramirez does not get Carrasco out of this game till we put a couple more men on base. It's only a 2-run lead late. I'm going to take a look at our Ford home run replay for the second time today. Try to throw a fastball by him. Not many guys can do that with Ramirez.
Well, you can bet Manny Ramirez is not going to let him lose the game. As that pitch is high and wide, Juan doubled, leading off the 6th. Now that play right there, we got him over to third on a beautiful sacrifice by Omar. Couldn't get him in. Looming large right now. And the count 2-0. That was the 100th pitch thrown by Carlos Carrasco out of Barquisimeto, Venezuela. Way high. He's coming out of it. The old proverbial wall.
Well, just like Masterson last night, it happened about the same time. He went 7 2/3. And he just lost all conception of the zone, and I think that's what's happened to Carrasco. So that's going to be it for him. He's going to be taken down.
Yep. He has been impressive in his first major league start this season. Manny Ramirez out. 5 round of applause from the 12,563 in attendance. And we'll be back. Comcast Sportsnet, tribune writers, sports stars, and celebrities join host David Kaplan to discuss the day's hottest sports topics and set the table for the night ahead. So don't miss Chicago Tribune Live, presented by Harris Bank, tonight at 5:30 on Comcast Sportsnet, fans' best friend.
Alexis pursuing perfection called to the pen. Same man that gave up 4 runs in the 11th inning in the opener of this series. Rafael Perez. There you look at the numbers. Until that 4th spot was tacked up there against him in just 2/3 of an inning, he had an ERA below 3. Now it's above 3. And that one loss was to us the other night.
And a pinch hitter for Omar Vizquel. It will be Carlos Quentin, as he will be representing the tying run at the plate. Juan Pierre on at first. Both our runs, solo shots, one by Alex Rios in the first inning and Manny Ramirez here in the top of the 8th. Outfield, they are deep, and a no double set, spread out, straight up. Good lead by 1. And that pitch is outside.
Well, Perez got burned on a 1-2 pitch. Instead of staying away with a good sinker, which he has, he tried to get a slider inside on Brent Lillibret, who hit it out of the ballpark. For all practical purposes, that was enough.
Carlos had a good pitch to hit right there, fouls it back, and that'll be out of play. And a reminder, prorated White Sox season ticket plans are still available for the remainder of the season, and fans that purchase the final 16 games and place a deposit towards 2011 will receive the opportunity to purchase 2010 postseason tickets. So call 312-674-1000 or visit whitesox.com. Rios on deck. And a big pitch to 1-1. That ball hit the dirt. Why don't they take that one out?
There's a little inconsistency around the diamond on that. Throw a ball in the dirt from the pitcher's hands. Umpire takes it out of play. Hit a ground ball in the infield. They keep it in play.
And that's just muscled out there in the right center field. Chu making the call. Boy, he takes charge out there. Even though he's the right fielder, he takes charge.
Well, Chu does it because his arm is substantially better than Brantley. And he's been out there longer than Brantley has played in any of the 3 outfield positions for this Indian ball club. And now Perez has done his job, but he certainly doesn't want him to face Rios representing the tying run.
Well, there's nothing wrong with the right fielder, the veteran, as opposed to the rookie taking charge in those situations at all. We've seen a lot of right fielders do that, but Perez
demand with Xfinity TV from Comcast. Don't miss the action. Call 1-800-XFINITY today.
Our Lexus pursuing perfection. Call to the bullpen. It's yet another right-hander, Justin Hermano. On for the 13th time. You see the ERA microscopic. We have had, however, one look at him in this series. That was in relief of Talbot. He pitched the 6th and into the 7th inning before giving way to Herman. Scored a run off him, gave up 3 hits.
So Pierre, good lead. And the first pitch to Alex. Little slow curveball. And the count 1-0. Alex has homered, grounded to third, and looped out to the shortstop.
There was a time when it was automatic. If you got to this point in the game, representing the tying run up to plate in Rios, you went to your closer for a 4-out save. Manny Ramirez is not doing that with Chris Perez.
Another curve, and the count 2-0. Four 9-0 for their guys, 2-6-3 for our guys. This is the first inning we've had 2 guys on. Three and 0 the count with Konerko on deck. Don't help him out.
Jensen Lewis warming up in the bullpen.
There he goes. He steals it. Number 53.
Gets a very big jump on a guy that does not use a slide step. So he gets another 2 steps.
They weren't thinking he was going to run on 3.
No.
Long look in. And the 3-1. And that's up high, ball 4. And that'll bring the go-ahead run to the plate in the person of Paul Konerko with Manny Ramirez on deck. Paulie is 0 for 3. He's due. Paulie has struck out, flying to right, and grounded to short. Good speed aboard. And there's a strike. Boy, Blanton, this over his head is out of here in center.
He's playing the extreme no doubles defense.
The 0-1 pitch to Paulie. And that evens the count at 1. Justin Hermano. Third pitcher of the inning. That ball hit deep. Stretch. Way back. He looks up. You can't put it on the board. Yes. Yes. A 3-run homer, and the Sox lead it 5-4. Mercy.
33rd home run. Foley's now driven in 98. Second home run that Hermano's given up. And the Indians squander a 4-1 lead. The Ford home run replay, the third home run of the day, and the biggest as far as Paul Konerko and the Sox are concerned.
And here's Manny. Don't stop now, boys. 5-7-3 for us, 4-9-0 for them. Manny is 1 for 3. Takes it up high. Right out of left field. That curveball hit him. And that'll bring up 10.
Manny's day is done.
Diaza
comes on a pinch run for him. And he 1 for 3. His White Sox debut. Curveball bounces off the 99.
Diaza had 16 stolen bases in 19 attempts down at Charlotte. Alejandro Diaza. What a great spring.
No real reason not to send him here. Jimenez, slow delivery and an okay arm.
Tien takes first pitch strike. All started with a 1-out homer by Alexei, then the walk to Pierre. Quentin went out to right field, then the walk to Rios. And then the straight run homer by Konerko. Only 33 long ones, 98 driven in. Come on, Mark, first and third. There he goes. Did get a good jump. And he gone. But Sox come up with a big crooked number. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th, leading by 1.
You'll have to stay with us on the U.S. Cellular White Sox postgame. Brett Lillibridge takes over at second base. And Sergio Santos comes into the game with a 1-run lead to protect. Now for the 48th time, a 1-0 record, an ERA of 2.36. And the last inning, the 7th inning, you went through the tough part of the order. Not that these guys can't hit, but you're by the Cabrera, Chu, Hafner part of this lineup.
Jason Nix will lead it off. He is 2 for 2. Also was hit by a pitch. Also has knocked in a run and scored one today. First pitch strike, attaboy Serge. 0-1 to count. Nick's got his average up to 249 to go along with those 12 homers and 29 knocked in. Ball gets away. 1-1 to count. Jordan Brown on deck. Trevor Crowe in the hole. 5-7-3 for us. 4-9-0 for them here in the bottom of the 8th inning. And there's a base hit. A slider up. Hung it. Like it didn't leave the ballpark.
A perfect day as far as Jason Nix is concerned, and that came up spinning, not breaking. Alexi's going over to have a word with Santos about who's going to cover on a ball hit back to him at second base.
So here's Brown. He's 1 for 3 with an RBI. Just a decent lead by Nix, and there's it. Right to Paulie and rack him up. 2 down. Third double play turn by the Sox.
The ball was hit hard, but it was hit at the wrong guy as far as the Indians are concerned. Ball flying in, makes a good solid throw. Plenty of time. Nix can't get a piece of Ramirez, and a huge double play turn.
So here's Crowe making his first plate appearance. Shelly Duncan was 0 for 3 today. Bunts it. Lily Bridge, yes. So he gives up the leadoff single, then throws the double play ball. Good inning right there for Santos. We'll go to the 9th, leading 5-4.
of the club. White Sox behind the scenes. Get an inside look at what it's like to run one of the most famous franchises in baseball. Watch The Club, Episode 3, tonight at 7 on Comcast Sportsnet, fans' best friend.
So we have Jensen Lewis coming into the game. Those are the numbers this year, although he has been up and down quite a bit. On for the 26th time, ERA in the high threes. He inherits a 1-run deficit.
And he's got Mark Tia at the plate. Pitches high and wide. Mark 0 for 3. Andrew Jones on deck. And Ramon Castro in the hole. Let's get a couple more here, boys. Big motion. Pulls the string way out in front. 1-1. Once again, a reminder, off day tomorrow, then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. That 3-game set at Fenway against the Carmines. Backs it up with a fastball. Then the count 2-1. On Friday, Johnny Danks against Buckholz. Then Floyd against Lackey. On Saturday and Sunday, Burley against Beckett. Game on Friday will be over WCIU Channel 26. And Saturday and Sunday, right back here on Comcast Sportsnet.
That's what it'll look like. Great pitching matchups. And a Boston team that's in real trouble. 8 games back of the Yankees.
Now is that one back? Well, also, that wasn't bad enough. 7 games back at Tampa Bay.
It's going to be pretty difficult for Boston to climb over either of those 2 teams.
There would be an outside chance at 1, but not at 2. And there's a base hit. That boy Mark. So the lead man aboard, and that'll bring up Andrew Jones, who's 2 for 3. Outfield straight up, spread out, about equidistant. Mark with a good lead. And that pitch up high, good eye. Well, Andrew has had that pedal to the metal on those first ball fastballs lately. Regardless of where they were.
Yeah, Jensen throws a lot of high fastballs. If he's lucky, they go up and well out of the zone.
There's another one. The catbird seat for Andrew. Zoning man. There's Andrew right now with that 2-0 count's got a big strike zone. And a boy, 3-0.
That'll be a pretty good time to give Andrew the 3-0 green light.
No. Not here. Let him walk him, get something going, run him over, and get one more. Watch out, and there's ball 4. So the first 2 men aboard, and here comes Ramon. Giving a long look down at Jeff Cox going through his sequence. Now a little meeting at the mound.
Ramon does have 2 sacrifices this year.
Well, Ramon is just, I'll tell you, he's been terrific. He has had really
A terrific year in that backup catcher's role. Now there's the bunt. They'll get the job done. Beautiful bunt right there by Castro. And now Ducks on the pine with one gone, and here's Alexei, who is 1 for 3. He homered last inning. If you missed it, poof.
And that started the comeback and started the big inning.
Now the infield in. Pitch out, nothing on. That was awful nice, too. Besides taking the lead, which is the most important thing. See Freddie get off the hook.
But the way he's pitched this year,
he's had no luck.
No, he's had some very bad luck. A lot of games squandered late when he was out. So a no decision looks okay. We just have to make sure that his back is okay, and I'm sure they're looking at it now.
Change up. Goes through it. And the count 1-1. So a big pitch coming up with Juan Pierre on deck. No activity down in that Indian pen. Lewis, okay, is the sign. And that's into center field. He and tagging. Finally makes the catch. Here he comes. They're going to get the ball into third base. He scores. And the Sox lead at 6-4. Attaboy, Alexei.
When you're primarily a high fastball pitcher and you have a situation like that, you've got some problems. You would say the majority of the fastballs of Lewis are from the belt up. And Alexei got the perfect pitch and hit it just far enough.
So here's one. He's 1 for 3. A double. A walk. A stolen base. Number 53. And a run scored. Pick him up one. Is there his first pitch strike. 6-8-3 for our Sox. 4-10-0 for their Indians. Change up, no. Jones at second. Trades that outside corner with a strike. Now one's in the hole, 1-2. There's a shot. Dadgummit. That's a hang whoop'em. But we pick up one. We'll go to the bottom of the ninth, leading 6-4. The White Sox take on the Red Sox in Boston. Tune in as Manny Ramirez returns to Fenway in black and white. White Sox, Red Sox, Saturday at 5:30 and Sunday at noon on Comcast Sportsnet, fans' best friend.
Chris Sale comes in the game, and he's going to have an opportunity for his first Major League save. On for the 10th time, ERA and even 1. Surprising thing is right-handers have had no luck against them. Left-handers a little bit better. But overall, not a whole lot of people get hittable pitches from Chris Sale.
Donald, Jimenez, and Brantley, the scheduled hitters. Jason Donald, 0 for 2 with a walk, a stolen base, and a run scored.
We do have Matt Laporta on that bench.
So, sit back, relax, and strap it down. Here we go. 6-4, Sox lead it. Bottom of the 9th inning. First pitch up high. That one in 97. And there's a strike.
And these outs 25, 6, and 7 have made some people very wealthy. Conversely, it's impossible for other people to get them.
That pitch up high. Well, we've been having trouble getting those. 26, 27th outs. We got one, but couldn't get the last 2 in the last couple games. And that is way foul. A rope hook. 2-2. The Indians have had some 9th inning thunder going.
It's one of the reasons why that run was so important last night.
He gone. Change up.
That pitch off speed. Because Donald hasn't seen too much of Chris Sale. He couldn't pick it up at all.
So here's Chris Jimenez. He's 1 for 3, a double. Takes that pitch outside. Brantley on deck. And there's a strike. That's some gas right there at 97.
We saw Chris in this series, an inning in relief of Mark Burley, where he did give up a hit and struck out all 3 outs that inning.
1-2. In the dirt. Take him right here, Chris. You don't want to go full. Way outside. With that changeup. So a full count. No walks. They can hit his way on. Not even close.
There's no doubt that Sale has the stuff to close. However, never having been a closer, it's a different mindset. And we'll see how this works out for the young man with unlimited potential in a number of different roles.
So here's Brantley. He's 1 for 4, had a bunt single. Something you got to look out for right now. that time was called by Alexei. That time was called again. As everybody looking over in the dugout to see what they want. So here we go. And that pitch inside. Cabrera on deck and Chu in the hole. Come on, Chris. 2-0. And here comes Coop. Let's get him settled down a little bit, give him something positive to think about.
Especially when you consider that this is the first time he's ever been put in this position. Get 3 outs, get the save. The only advantage is it's a 2-run lead and not a 1-run lead. Tim Wilkes now is going to break it up out there. Sure, after a pretty good pep talk from Don Cooper. Now it's Chris's turn to get the ball over the plate.
That's another one of Coop's issues that make him one of the top pitching coaches in the game. He has a very unique knack of giving guys something positive when he goes out there. The 2-0. And it's 3-0. So he's going to be taking 2. Back-to-back walks. And the tie runs aboard. And here comes Cabrera, the switch hitting shortstop. He's 1 for 4 today, a 2-out RBI single. Does not look like there's any activity. I don't see any movement down in that bullpen.
Well, neither do I.
And there's a strike to Cabrera.
So it's most likely Sale against the world.
And there's another strike in the count. 0-2. 0-2 with Chu on deck.
Cabrera's already grounded into 1 double play today. The second would be nice. And then worry about Chu in Chicago later on.
Right to the bag, steps on it. And this ball game. No, he missed him. A bad throw by Tien. Mercy.
Well, they're just informing Jimenez that he was out because of the force out. And a game that should be over is not. And now we do indeed have to face Chu as a potential winning run. You couldn't have dialed up a better situation with Mark Tien, the one hopper right on the bag. He takes his time and throws it well off the bag. And this is one of the few times when you should be sliding into first base to avoid a tag, but a throw is wide of the bag.
So here's the best hitter on the team. Takes first pitch, fastball strike. Come on, Chris, you got to pitch over it, buddy. Yes, he did. Yes, he did in the count. 0-2. That at 97. Probably right on top of that line at first base. Outfield deep. No double set. Spread out. A little bit too high.
Chris reached back, got a little something extra at 99. Thought he could throw that high heat by him. Just missed the corner.
Two on, two out, the 1-2 pitch. That one at 98. And this ball game is over. Whatever Coop told him worked.
He told him to get some people out. He did. What a job by Chris Sale. He walked a couple of guys, fanned a couple of guys. At the end of the day, save #1 in the career of Sale, and a sweep of the tribe here in Cleveland.
So the Sox, as we speak now, 3.5 games back in Minnesota, who will be teeing it up tonight at Target Field against the Tigers. But right now, let's check out our GMC player of the game. It is Paul Konerko, that 3-run homer in the 8th inning, giving us a 5-4 lead. That was his 33rd of the season. He now has 98 RBIs, our GMC player of the game. So for my partner, the Stone Pony, Steve Stone, our director, Jim Angio, our producer, Mike Leary, our associate producer, Dave Ross, our technical manager, Mark Harper, the executive producer, Jim Corno Jr., also the mayor, Mean Joe Groove, and up here in the booth with us, Jeff Bentley and Dave Hammond. This is a Hawk. So long, everybody.